Welcome to Super Hoopers, inconsequential discussion of the week's NBA news. I'm your host, Matt Hill. With me, as always, John Hill, Dave Feeder, Nick. Welcome to the Odd Boys.
What up?
Dave showing the guns.
Guns.
Is that an Aaron Judge shirt? Or who's that?
It
guy?
is.
That
Aaron Judge.
Right?
I can't believe you even know who that is. That shows you how incredible.
I think I'm a baseball fan now because you know what? I know his name, but I can't think of the guy. I'm blanking on the Orlando Magic player he looks like.
Aaron Gordon.
He looks like Aaron Gordon.
There we go.
Partly, yeah, they do look a little similar, and
Right.
they also are both named Aaron. So
Okay, all right. That's what was tripping me up because I was like, is it Andrew
they're
Gordon?
they're both enormous.
Yeah.
Both very, very handsome men. So,
Right. Yeah.
and they're both in Florida right now. So, unless the Magic are on the road.
Yeah,
Not
who
that
knows?
he's playing,
Who knows?
but
Who knows?
yeah.
Okay.
Dave, hold on. Dave, is your mic a little hot?
Is it hot?
It sounds a little.
Damn.
No worries.
Now, John, you're
Damn.
giving yourself some work. You're gonna have to edit this out. Maybe I'm sure you won't edit it out of
Please.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Please,
I'm
John.
definitely not editing.
John is.
You're not gonna
definitely-
edit that out of the pod. You're not gonna. Hey, is your mic hot? And then everyone listening to the pod will be like, "Yeah, it's hot. It's definitely hot. You're
Yeah.
peeking, Dave." But we won't know. We won't know.
My mic was hot last night for the Sopranos pod, so it's possible. But I turned the gain down and it's still hot.
All right. Okay.
Damn.
Well,
All
whatever.
right. Well,
man.
this has been Hot Mic.
This has been
Man,
New
this-
new
now
segment, Hot
the
Mic.
energy is totally sucked from the building.
Sucked out. I know. It was
Speaking
all,
of energy being sucked from the building, Lloyd Pierce fired from the Hawks. So,
Hey,
man.
Hawks
Yep.
doing
The
a great
Hawks.
job.
The Hawks building.
Luke Walton has
Still-
made it
still-
longer, made it longer than Lloyd Pierce for some fucking reason.
Whoa, Luke Wallace
boy.
still has a job. I don't know.
He just has the pics of Vivek. He has the nudes.
Yeah. He has.
I think this is a sneak tank by the
Hawks?
Kings.
By the
Oh,
Kings.
the Kings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
want to fire
Very
him, but
smart.
they're also we'll just let's
They're trying
make
to
sure
get
we
Cade.
get to the bottom
Yeah.
and then fire him with a month to go.
As
Right.
we know, now is the time to tank. This is the year to tank. Nobody's tanking.
Sure.
No better way to tank than to have Luke Walton as your coach. As Laker fans know, the Lakers executed the perfect stealth tank, pretended they were trying to win, but had Byron Scott and Luke Walton as the tank commanders, expert tank commanders.
Yes.
They're like Rommel. That's a obscure World War II reference.
Ooh.
Anyway.
All this World War II talk's got me ready to get up, ready to stop recording.
No, everyone's very mad about this. Like Rick Carlisle had a conniption where he's like, "What the hell? This guy just had a baby. You know, come on, you can't fire a guy after having a baby." But it's just
What's he gonna do? He's only got $4 million in the bank.
no, I know. So,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I mean, personally, it's like I don't think there's ever a good time to be fired. Actually, after having a baby probably is the worst time to be fired because at least in my experience, you want to be away from the baby and the wife as much as possible in that time because it's
God.
tense time. But I don't know, there's never a good time to be fired. It's just it seems like there was rumors before the season that Trae Young and him didn't get along, and according to an article in The Athletic that I can't read, apparently it was like Trae Young and Cam Reddish didn't get along with Lloyd Pierce and wanted him to go. And so it's like, you just kind of got to do what the stars want to do. So,
Oh man, Trae Young and Cam Reddish didn't get along with them.
Look,
that must have been the straw that broke the camel's back. Cam Reddish didn't like him. Oh wow.
Look, you could perhaps say maybe letting Trae Young and Cam Reddish run your franchise is not the best course of actions, but I don't know.
But they also did the dumb thing that dumb teams do, where you get one star or a potential star, and then you rush the rebuild and
Right.
base everything off this rebuild.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
have two simultaneous timelines happening.
Well,
It's just-
what are you
doesn't make
talking
sense.
about? Their whole
Getting
thing is-
getting Gallinari and Bogdanovich.
So
and
who cares? Those are good play. Those were good players. Their contracts aren't that bad. It's a couple of years. It's not like they
Rondo.
clearly well, okay. Look, Rondo is terrible. Rondo, that's just I have no idea what that. was. But,
Multi-year deal for fucking Rondo? Like, what is
Yeah.
that?
but look, no, look, that is stupid. All right, I'm not obviously not-
Gallinari, what happened? He got hurt right away, like he always does.
Well, but he was healthy last
As
year.
did Bogdanovich.
He would,
But these aren't
well,
guys you build a Like you're not
They're
playing
not,
years.
but they're not building the team around those guys. Clearly, they said, look, our young core is Trae Young, DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, and Herter. They've said those are our guys that we're building around. We got some money. Let's fill in. We'll grab some veterans that can contribute. Everyone's killing them for like terrible GMing. You can kill them for terrible GMing in terms of like they picked the wrong young guys. But I think the theory of it isn't bad. You know, they have a young core and they're grabbing some older value guys. I don't know.
But I don't think they quite have the value that you want. It gives you less flexibility for the future. And these young guys are so young, you're still not sure what they are. DeAndre Hunter was not good last year. And all of a sudden he stepped up this year and you're like, oh yeah, he's part of the future. But last year you would not say like, this dude is definitely a part of our team.
So what would you have them do instead, John? They had a bunch of money this summer. You just want them to not spend it?
Yeah, I would use that to take back salary, get more picks. You could do so much more. Because here's the thing, Trae Young's only 22. These guys are so young. They're not going to be ready. And then this is exactly what happens. You go, we're going to make the playoffs this year. And then what happens? As soon as you are like, oh, most of my team can't rent a car. And then what do? You immediately panic and fire your coach. And now you're going to fire your GM this year. And everyone's going to say, this year's a disappointment. And it's like, no, just keep slowly building and get to where you need to build.
I think they're slowly building, though. I don't see how they're not slowly building.
Yeah, but now the narrative is like the Hawks like fucked up and things are dysfunctional. And instead of the narrative being like because it didn't feel like they were focused on building around the young guys. It felt like they panicked. They gave big contracts to fucking veterans who like are like either near the end of their career or like a guy like Bogdanovich who's always hurt. I'm like, how is that really helping your team out?
They're good players when they can play. I mean, they're good players who can shoot when they can play. I don't know. I don't have a problem with it. My problem is like it is Trae Young. Like it seems like Trae Young causes a lot of friction behind the scenes. It seems like guys are always beefing with Trae Young. They got a problem with the way he plays. He's beefing with Lloyd Pierce. And I don't know what Lloyd Pierce is like, but wasn't he beloved as the Sixers? Didn't all the Sixers like him? Didn't they think he was?
He was just like an assistant coach.
Or he's just okay. Well, whatever. I don't know. And my point is like, you know, at a certain point, if a bunch of people got a problem with you, you're the asshole. You know, like if you everywhere you go, everyone you're beefing with everybody.
Hey, John and I were on Locker Room a couple nights ago.
Yeah, I know. I heard. What a disaster.
Get the locker get that Locker Room app.
Yeah, get an Apple phone.
Yeah, get an Apple. Get a device with iOS on it, and listen to us a couple times a week. We'll be on Locker Room app. But we were killing the Kings about not taking Luka. What about fucking the Hawks? Well, like kill the
Everyone
Hawks.
Kills
too.
the Hawks. Everyone already killed the Hawks for this. That's what I'm saying. Like I see the problems with Atlanta. The problems with Atlanta are like years back. Like they just chose the wrong young guys. They chose Trae Young. I mean, yeah, it's early. Trae Young is a good player. Like, you know, maybe he could be the center point of your franchise, but it just seems like they chose the wrong guys. You know, Cam Reddish, Trae Young.
The games I've watched, the Hawks games I watched this season, Trae Young is not fun to watch play basketball, and not fun for the viewers. And also, like, I feel like if I was his teammate, not fun to like be on the court with. Like, he's a ball hog. He like just tries to get fouls. Like half the time he's not even trying to make shots. He's just trying to get fouled. And it's like, like you're not Harden. There's only one guy that can make it look cool in the league.
Well, I don't know. A lot of people don't like watching Harden either.
True. Fair enough. But
at least Harden.
Trae Young looks like a little weird hair.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Little Matt boy.
Yeah, at least Harden looks like Rick Ross or something, whereas Trae Young looks like young Gargamel. As I've always said, he looks like a youthful Gargamel. So
he looks like a Grateful Dead fan turned upside down.
Don't even know what that means.
Like he has the weird scrangly beard, but on his head.
My favorite name for him is. We killed Matt. I
went to high school with so many upside down Trae Youngs.
I still love Defrosted Caveman.
Oh yes.
That's a good one.
Oh yes.
But to your point, Matt, if Trae Young is the problem, then you don't have a star. And if that's the case, then this would be the great year to tank.
I
Don't add the good veterans. If your team is just garbage, then you will naturally find yourself back in the lottery. But when you start filling your team with guys that should be good and try to make the playoffs, this is exactly what happens.
Yeah.
The Kings are going to be better if they lose.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. That's what the Hawks should be doing. You should have that development coach and just give these guys all the minutes.
Maybe
don't take any minutes away from
maybe they should find a worse coach. You're right. They should fire Lloyd Pierce and find a worse coach.
Was he too good?
Unfortunately, they went with Nate McMillan, who's a pretty good coach.
I see what's happening.
Yeah,
they wanted to get ahead of the curve, make sure that they fired Lloyd Pierce before Walton got fired, and then hire Walton.
Walton.
I love it. Anyways, I don't know. It's just the weekly news. I have no take other than Hawks, another disaster team. Come on.
Yep. Terrible.
So glad I'm not a fan of them. We'll get to who I'm a fan of later in the pod. That's my big announcement.
Oh,
is that your big announcement?
My big announcement is later in the pod, I will reveal my new team.
Oh, thank God. I kept, when you texted us that, I was like, damn, Matt got the vaccine. That was my prediction. Oh, thank God, because I was worried.
I was like, oh wow, he might have actual news for us.
No. Come on. No, it's just.
I wasn't sure if you had turned 65 last night. Something like that.
Aging quick in the pandemic. I looked at a picture of me at the beginning of the pandemic versus what I look like now. Things have not gone well. Things have gone well in the New York area.
Transition sick today, Matt.
So much so, Brian Windhorst on a podcast earlier this week said he predicts sometime in the next 12 months, a star will demand a trade to the Knicks.
Whoa.
Wait, did he say a star or a Sabaros? So a Sabaros.
A Sabar.
So that joke was so terrible. That joke was so terrible that I just circled back around to being a good joke.
There we go.
Good joke.
No, so he basically he made it seem like he did the thing Windhorst does, where he pretends he has inside information but refuses to reveal actually any details. So, but I do think there must be some rumblings that there is a star, because he said, I have some ideas of who that star might be, but I'm not going to say them.
Pretty obvious who it is.
Okay. Yeah. So that's what I want to talk about.
By the way, some guy, I forget his name, but he does the show with Keyshawn.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, it's Luka.
It's not Luka.
It's Luka. I was like, yo, bro, I don't know if you're more of a football guy because you're on the show with Keyshawn, but it's
so
absolutely not Luka.
That's what I want to get. So right now it's March 2021. Next 12 months, so we'll check in March 2022, and we'll see if this happens. So I want to get you guys on record. If it does happen, which star is it? Or, I mean, you could also say, I don't think any star is ever going to demand a trade to New York. Come on, that trash franchise.
They're going to demand a trade to New York.
I know who it is.
Okay, go ahead, Dave. Who is it?
It's fucking Karl Anthony Towns.
Okay,
it's very obvious. Very obvious.
That's the name.
Tibbs has already been going on the record saying he is happy to patch things up and he's open to him coming and all this, and apparently they've made up.
Okay.
Guess who is his fucking agent? Guess who fucking signed him to the league? Fucking Leon Rose. Guess who's from North Jersey? The New York metro area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guess who's not really a star and will keep the Knicks being terrible.
Okay. So that's who jumped to my mind too, because there's been a lot of noise that Cat might want out of Minnesota.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Exactly. I mean,
they're so functional.
Yes. I mean, I think I'd imagine if you just poll a random person from Minnesota, they want out of Minnesota. So
I'm sure D'Angelo Russell would love to come to the Knicks too. I'm sure, just about anybody on that team.
Yeah. Right.
I know Karl Anthony Towns had a rough year, but it's a sign when you want to go to the Knicks.
No, I mean, the Knicks are good, John. The Knicks
are playing well.
The Knicks were the 4th seed. They're playing well. They turned it around. They got a.
Well, they're the 6th seed now because they lost last night in San Antonio. But but that's how crazy the log jam is. Once you get below the top 3, there's basically every team in the East is right there.
I'm happy for the Knicks. Don't get me wrong; they're having a great year for them, but they're not a good team.
I would say you can tell that they are a solid team.
Yeah, they're solid.
I would say a good team because the national people are like talking that way. People who like normally kill them are like talking very positively about them. And it's been many years since they have had any semblance of non-dysfunction going on. It's just been quiet and solid and decent and good. And I know those are like famous last words, but I think a lot of guys would be interested in coming if there's like some sort of extended proof that they are just being a normal team, because dudes want to play at MSG. They just don't want to, like when Steve Mills was the GM and drafting fucking Kevin Knox, you were not sending the message like we are smart and we're good at like what we're doing. But Emmanuel Quickly now, oh baby, oh Maron. And someone made this point, might have been Jonathan Macri on Knicks Film School Pod, that Julius Randle is going to be at All-Star Weekend. Like there are very few players. There are very few players. No.
He's your mic is definitely hot, by the way, Dave. Your mic is hot though.
There are very few players. Well, it's always going to be a little hot when I'm talking Knicks.
Yeah. Well, it's good. It's good though. I want to edit this whole part out because wait. So is it? I interrupted you because I'm
shocker.
I thought. Are you going to say that Julius Randle's going to recruit players at All-Star break like Kyrie?
I'm not saying that he's going to recruit players. No, he's not a scumbag like Kyrie. But you're sending a message to people around the league, other star players and other good players.
Hey, if you come to New York, you could be a fake all-star too. You could get voted in just because you're in New York and you're in a weak ass East.
I hate to bring it to Nate Duncan levels, but 11th in VORP in the league this year. So I mean, come on.
But you know what the problem is?
He's not a fake all-star. Let's come on. Let's be honest. He's not a fake all-star.
The problem is Vucevic is also going to be an all-star, and will also be recruiting people to Orlando. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful.
People will be
like, "Hey,
the Magic are doing well."
Vucevic is going to be pulling an Oladipo and be like, "Please, can I come? Can I please come to your team? Please. Get me out of Orlando."
Team to team.
They're about to get rid of the mask mandate in Florida. Please, please help me.
Okay, so back to the question. You predict it's Karl Anthony Towns who demands the trade of the Knicks.
Yeah, and if I had to, that's the 1A. If it's not him, and it's definitely obviously him, I would say it could maybe be Devin Booker.
I was going to say those are the two
because of his relationship with Leonrez as well. But like they're. The Suns are second in the West right now. So
right.
Don't
but also
don't see why he would want to leave.
There's been lots of rumblings that he wants out of Phoenix. Prior to this year, it was always like Devin Booker's not happy in Phoenix. Devin Booker wants to go to a bigger market. That even though I think Phoenix is the 4th biggest market, but anyways, Devin Booker wants So and he's a Kentucky guy, obviously.
Is that right? It's the 4th biggest market.
I think it's like it's not the sorry, it's the 5th. I think it's the 5th. It's either the it's up there though. It's definitely top 10. Okay. And yeah, so I think it's Towns or Booker. Obviously, the other one would be Beal because he's the next star to demand a trade, even though for whatever reason he's loyal to the end to Washington D.C.
Well, I also think like the rumblings have been that his asking price is so astronomical. It's like it's hard for teams to just give everything up for Beal.
Right. Yeah, I think it's Towns. My money's on Towns. My money would be on Towns demands a trade to New York this offseason over nobody demands a trade to New York.
My two people are Victor Oladipo and D'Angelo Russell.
Oh my God.
Yeah. All right.
Victor Oladipo is not a star player.
Well, I mean, the Knicks aren't a real franchise either, so.
Oh, most profitable franchise in sports. So,
Oh yeah.
That's
Having a lot of
That's how they
having a
measure.
lot of money.
At the
Having a lot
end
of
of the
money
year,
doesn't
at
mean
the
you're
end of
good.
the year, Adam Silver gets up there and he said, "Let me check the Excel QuickBooks and see who is the most profitable," and he hands them the
That's right.
trophy. That's how it works. You're right.
Yo, look at the profitable banners hanging in the rafters at MSG, baby. Come on. Come on.
All right. All-Star this weekend. Snuck up on me. I had no idea it was this weekend. They're
I had
talking
no
about
idea
it
either.
when I was watching the game. I was like, "Oh, that's this weekend." The Rising Stars was announced. Zion, Morant, LaMelo Ball. I assume that's LaMelo Ball, not Lonzo Ball. I assume Lonzo's too old. Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, Tyler Hero, Hunter Johnson. I don't know which Johnson this is. Keldon Johnson, probably.
Keldon Johnson. Must be.
Michael Porter Jr., Wiseman, and then the world roster: Achua, Advia, Nikhil Alexander Walker, I think that's Alexander Walker, RJ Barrett, Campazzo, Clark, Dort, Hachimura, and Mulder. Dave, the only reason we're doing this is so you could yell about something. Okay.
Yell about
I
I
don't care about the Rising Stars roster unless somebody like last year tells the league to suck his dick like Jackson Hayes did. That was the best part about the Rising Stars.
That was dope.
Yeah. But go ahead, Dave.
No, Emmanuel Quickly should absolutely should be there. I mean, like he's been the best rookie. I'm sorry, no offense to Halliburton, he's been great, but like Emmanuel Quickly's numbers, but besides LaMelo Ball, Emmanuel Quickly's numbers efficiency has been insane.
Is he? I don't know anything about Quickly. Is he from the U.S. or is he?
He's from the U.S.
He didn't just descend from heaven, so he couldn't be on the world roster.
Well, some would say that the U.S. is heaven.
Okay,
just kidding. It's definitely not anymore. There ain't no insurrections in heaven, baby.
I believe that's actually didn't Satan have an insurrection and was cast out? Wasn't that the beginning of the Bible? I don't know.
Some religion, I think Jesus walked on in.
I'm talking about
right?
No, I'm talking about Jew heaven, baby.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Also, my boy Maxey not there.
Does he not play that much though? So
he's kind of drifted off.
I mean, he dropped 39 points one game, but that's okay.
Okay.
Well, nobody else was able to play for the team, but
right.
Hey, there was domination. 39
No,
points.
he's nice. He's nice, but like Amino quickly he's gonna get Rookie of the Year votes for sure. Like he will.
Okay. Yeah, like fifth on the ballot, probably.
Yeah, probably fifth.
No,
they only go three.
He's gonna be he's gonna be in the top three for sure.
Okay, all right,
for sure.
Well, we'll hold you to that. I actually kind of agree with that
because that's not even a homer thing. That's like
it'll be Ball. I mean,
if you look at the numbers, like he's incredible.
Yeah, it'll be Ball, Halliburton, and then probably quickly and Wiseman will probably get the third place votes. You're right. I
don't know. Maybe Edwards.
John
Edwards is not playing well. Edwards isn't.
Yeah, but people like him.
He's been terrible.
You know, number one picks always get a lot of votes.
Nah,
he won't.
See. We'll see.
You're right. Anthony Bennett won Rookie of the Year. That's right. Anthony Bennett also got votes. Come on, dude. This guy trash.
He's been absolute trash.
Yeah.
All right.
Besides the dunk.
Let's see. I just want to get some quick predictions. Three-point contestants: Curry, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Devin Booker, Zach LaVine. Who do you predict win this? I'll go with Devin Booker. No, wait, never mind. He'd be drinking too much, probably. He'd be partying too much. I'll go with Mitchell, just because he has, something to prove. So.
I'll go LaVine. I'll go LaVine because I think he's going to be jacked up because it's his first All-Star, not just in the dunk contest, and I think he's going to be pumped up.
Steph Curry.
Okay, all right.
Then we got the world that he's the best.
Then we got the dunk contest, which is Obi Toppin. Can Obi dunk? Dave?
Oh my God! Have you see some of his like dunking highlights in college are incredible.
Okay, all right. We got Obi Toppin, and I forget it's
Anthony Simons and Cassius Stanley.
This is the first time I'm ever hearing of Cassius Stanley. Do
you remember?
He's a G leaguer.
Oh,
right? Mostly.
Don't you remember and there was another Cassius and they were drafted back to back in the draft last year.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Do you know? Here's a guess. How old do you think Anthony Simons is?
I don't know. 26,
24,
22.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
I feel like
He's been in the league forever.
I felt like he'd been in like, check out Simons on Portland. He's like the next thing, you know?
Well, I think I think we forgot when he got drafted, he was like 18 and a half, like early 19, and he's been in the league for 4 years.
And it's been a long year. This year's been a long year. So.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's only 22.
How many players do you think they asked to be in this dunk contest before they asked Cassius Stanley? What do you think? Do you think it was the whole league? Do you think it just went down the ESPN real plus minus list and just called them, you know?
I know they were like begging Zion to do it, and he was like, no fucking way.
Yeah. I mean, they literally asked 450 real NBA players if they would do it. 2 said yes, and they were like, let's open it up to the G League. We'll take this dude.
Seriously. Do you think that it was just like some sort of name generator and then they tried to see if there was someone with that name in the league? It's like, oh man.
They probably just signed him up without telling him. And he was like, wait, what do I have to do? They're like, dude, just do it. Just go and try to get recruited by Julius Randle to the Knicks.
Okay.
He's like, hey man, Obi, right? You want to come to the Knicks or
yeah.
I'm on the team already. You are?
Yeah. Any more news, any more announcements? How's Top Shot going, Dave? What's the Top Shot update?
It seems to have kind of like leveled. Like it's kind of like things are sort of like similar prices now. That the market's fluctuating a little less. Got a pack that's just sitting in my account.
Wow.
And we'll see what's in it. They're making you wait until at least this weekend. So
to open it.
You
can't even open it.
Wow. No, you can't open it yet. It's just sitting in there. And it was a $99 pack instead of the $9 or $14 pack. So
you spent $99?
Yeah.
All right. Hey,
which is like basically doubling what I had invested in all of Top Shot so far. But
I've done a 180. I'm all about it now because my man Balaji Srinivasan, who's like the biggest, he's like my favorite futurist. Like he's a whatever Silicon Valley guy. He's always making predictions. He's like almost always right. He's all about what do you call them? What's the
NFTs?
Like NFTs. He's all about the NFTs.
Yeah.
As like the future of like media and supporting artists and all this stuff. So
yeah, I'm trying to go for the ride and just and not sell my stuff too fast and not be deterred like on days when it looks like, you know, the market's dipping a little bit, because it does seem like it's just kind of picking up momentum. So we'll see.
All right. Okay. All right. Well,
and like I said, you know, at the end of the day, I've invested so little in this. It's like, if I lose all my money, like whatever, who cares? It's not like the people that invested thousands and thousands of dollars, I think, are crazy.
Okay. All right. I think it's time for the big announcement. I've, I don't know if listeners know, I was a Lakers fan. I gave up that fandom when LeBron came. Last year, I rooted for the Pelicans because my young Lakers were there. I don't know, the Clippers too. Occasionally root for the Clippers. Teamless this year, but I've made a decision on the team I'm going to root for the rest of the year. And I had a realization that I was going about this the wrong way. When they pick teams, they go about it the wrong way. They look for a team that's like fun to watch, or they look for a team that maybe has some young stars,
or from the city they were born in,
whatever, what their dad rooted for, all that stupid reasons. What you want to do is like, especially in these times, what the world is lacking, what people are really lacking now is a sense of community, a sense of meaning, a sense of purpose. We've become very disconnected. The institutions that used to bind us together have gone to the wayside. Things like the church, things like unions, where people could gather and feel a part of something larger than themselves. And so in that vein, the way you should choose a team is by going with the team that has the best fan base. What fan base do I identify with the most? Where are my people? Who do I want to be among? That's how you should choose a team. And
Long Beach doesn't have a team.
Over the past week, after last week's Get At Me Dog, where I dove into those mentions on the KP trade, just thinking about it, looking at the ecosystem.
Oh no.
Looking at a team that is on the rise.
Oh no.
God, no, why?
Is doing well. Watched them a few times. And I said, this is my home. New York Knicks, baby. New York Knicks. Feels so good. It's been hard for us, all these years as Knicks fans. We've been so downtrodden, and it's just, but that's why I just love the people. I love Knicks Twitter. I love Dave. I love our boy Chuck. What kismet this morning after I made this decision last night, after much deliberation, my phone reminded me that a year ago this day, or no, 2 years ago, was it a year ago or 2 years ago, we were at a game with Chuck. So, a Knicks game. And I was like, man, that's the last time I felt alive. And so, yeah, Knicks all the way, dude. We're doing it. Right, Dave? Right?
Oh man. Why? Dude, this now well, obviously now they're doomed.
They're done.
Because Matt, you've been the kiss of death to every team that you've transferred your loyalty to.
Look, but I'm a true fan. I've decided. I looked at it and I said, okay, they got the hardest schedule coming up for the remainder of the season. A lot of their wins were based on the fact that opponents shoot really bad from the 3-point line, and that's luck. So that's probably going to regress. This season nobody's playing hard. They're playing hard. They may start to get tired and worn down. So yeah, they're probably going to miss the playoffs after I make this declaration. But I'm in this. I tell you, I want to be in the community. Dave, maybe you can get me on some Knicks podcasts. I don't know. Maybe you can introduce me on Twitter. Say, hey, this guy's been a Knicks fan for such a long time. And,
I'm definitely not going to do that.
Okay,
not going to do that.
Okay.
You gotta really show your loyalty to us. You gotta really prove it.
Breaking news! It seems like Emmanuel Quickly was in an accident and was decapitated.
Oh, come on!
Decapitated.
Come on, John.
You can't joke about that. Come on, John.
Come on.
Wow.
Come on.
Wow.
That ain't right. That ain't right.
His head just fell off.
Come on, John.
They said he was walking around with no head. Oh, this is terrible. Sorry, Matt. Sorry. I know you're a longtime fan, Matt.
That's all right. I'm in it for the long
That ain't right.
What would make you more mad? This Matt becoming a Knicks fan or Matt becoming a Nets fan?
I mean, I guess Matt becoming a Nets fan. That would be like that would make each week talking to each other on
I hate the Nets.
Excruciating.
Okay.
Hate the
Right.
Nets.
So next year Matt will be a Nets fan.
I will say my first game as an official Knicks fan last night did not go well. The Knicks got blown out. So
that's why they.
It was a rough day. It was a rough first day.
That was legitimately their worst game of the season. So thanks a lot.
Already.
Thank you.
0-1.
We'll see.
Thanks
We'll see. I'm happy to be aboard. I'm happy. I need to get the gear. Like I said, Dave, any assistance, any guidance, maybe you can come up with like a memo of how to be a Knicks fan.
Oh, here it is. That feeling you had last night, just do that for 30 years.
Okay. Well, I didn't feel much. I didn't feel much because it was just my first day. I was just kind of mildly bemused.
You get numb to it.
Yeah.
Knicks fans get numb to it.
This is true. Yeah. And you talk yourself into like being like a huge stan of, I don't know, like Iggy Brazdeikis or something, like talk yourself into thinking Kevin Knox is good. So, so good. So good luck. Good luck with that.
Yeah, you start comparing Mitchell Robinson to Wilt Chamberlain.
You start thinking Julius Randle's going to recruit people in the hallways at All-Star game.
Hey, Julius dope. Julius dope.
Julius walking up to people just running away.
Julius dope.
I'm excited for this. I love this, Matt. Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
This is going to make Dave so upset.
I can't wait. I can't wait. It's just, it's such
when they're 10 games under 500, I'm going to be really upset. But okay, I guess welcome to the family.
Mm-hmm. What an honor. Wow. Thank you.
Now you can really truly appreciate my memes.
Okay.
My Knicks memes.
Now you got an Aaron Judge shirt.
Yeah, let's go. Let's move to shout outs and beef so you could talk about about your memes.
Someone sent me a screenshot of a post on Knicks Reddit of a guy saying like, hey, my best friend printed this out onto a canvas for my birthday. It's like hanging in my house now. And it was a picture of an Emmanuel Quickly meme that I made earlier this season, printed out on canvas, hanging on someone's wall in fucking Germany. Like, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's like, the internet is fucking crazy, man. Someone
made a work of art out of your meme.
Yeah.
Which was incredible.
I spoke to him. So shout out to him, Buddy444 on Twitter. Awesome.
This is the person who made it or received it?
He was the one who received it. Okay. And his friend Gustav because I mean they're just like super German, you know. They're like, and that's the other thing. It's like, you know, this Jewish comedian makes a meme, and now it's hanging as a work of art in a German's house. I mean, if that isn't beautiful,
right next to the World War II memorabilia.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did they?
Right next to Grandpa's saber. So yeah.
Oh God, I have so many jokes, and I'm just gonna stop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop.
No, it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place.
Quite an
it's a
honor.
very strange
Quite
place where you're buying NFTs and people are actually turning your NFT into an actual piece of artwork, and
you got an NFT, all your
Pretty
memes,
crazy.
All your memes.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Yeah. I look forward to the day you can release your memes.
That's sweet.
Thank you. Oh, and shout out to the Wizards, who are doing Jewish Appreciation Night. I assume because Denny. So I guess like Denny's kind of like Denny's bar mitzvah kind of night, kind of thing.
Right.
You know, I watched him play. He doesn't look great. I really wanted him, and now I'm happy that we didn't get him. But the one thing,
Obi Toppin
hasn't been good either. But but he's also not playing that much because of Julius. But the one thing I'm sad about is that it would have, like, I mean, Knicks fans, so many Jewish Knicks fans, obviously, because of New York, and they would have gone nuts for him. Like Jewish Appreciation Night. I mean, it's already kind of Jewish Appreciation Night. You go to sporting events in New York, you know, you got the Hasids, the Hasid boys and stuff, and.
I know.
I mean, they would have been nuts.
I remember going to Knicks fans back in the day. It was always like that.
Yeah, you went to Knicks fans back in the day? Dude, shut the fuck up.
I heard the Nets on the same night as having Palestinian fan appreciation night. Is that true? Is there any truth to that? Just checking.
That sounds like something Kyrie would like push for.
Definitely.
Let's see. Shout out to Candace Parker. She was on.
Oh yeah. School check
last night.
Shaq. Oh my God,
man,
the
Shaq.
worst.
What the fuck? Like, what happened?
I just watched the highlights and it was hilarious. My favorite part was Candace Parker just looking around like, is this guy for real? So,
yeah, I just love Shaq's like. They were like, well, they don't do, you know, we don't drop and pick and roll anymore, blah blah blah. And he's like, well, I did, and it's like, yeah, but that was, and it's D Wade who won a championship with them. Was like, yeah, but the game has changed, dude. Like, I was with you, and he's like, yeah, but I won a championship. And it's
that's how he always has to resort to. It's like he was getting schooled and he's like, did I win the championship playing that way? Right. Yeah, it's like, all right, yeah, like, yeah, so did like Skip McIntyre in the 1940s, you know? It's like,
I was gonna say, if Bob Cousy was like, here's the play, I'm just gonna dribble the ball for 3 minutes and run out the clock. And they'll be like, yeah, well, nowadays there's a 24-second clock violation. He's like, did I win a championship? Did Bob Cousy win a championship?
We're gonna dump the ball inside to Wilt because everybody is 5'6" in 1970.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do my foul shots by jumping into the lane. Well, they changed the rule. Yeah, but did Wilt win a championship?
Did I win a championship?
Did I win a championship?
Yeah.
Shaq stays ruining inside the NBA. Even if it's the Tuesday night one. Even that, he's bringing that down somehow.
Yeah.
God, Shaq.
I'm really I wish one of these players was just like super witty back to him and just been like,
well, need Draymond on there.
Yeah,
need Draymond.
Like, I just want someone to be like, well, yeah, dude, I'd win one if I had Kobe too.
Yeah, no, but
just watch Shaq. Just watch Shaq's heart break.
But Candace Parker was basically about as good as you could be because she was like dismantling point. He was like, well, you do this. She's like, no, you can't do that because of this. Oh, I would play like this. No, you can't do that because of this. This is how the players are now, you know, and you can't. This is why they play this way, you know. She was basically explaining it to him like he was a 5-year-old. So yeah, it was great. Let me see. Shout out. I have some heterodox basketball opinions.
Huh?
Some heterodox basketball podcasting opinions. Shout out to Ryan Russillo. I've really been enjoying his podcast. I recommend the Ryan Russillo podcast. So his interviews.
What's happening right now?
What is this heterodoc? You have a list of what is this?
I have a list of NBA podcasters who get crapped on that I have listened to recently that I enjoy. And I people crap on Ryan Russillo, but his podcast, the interviews on his podcast are very enjoyable. I don't like his monologue, but his interviews they're very interesting, and he asks like good questions and he get good stories. So I would encourage listeners to do that. And then in that vein, coming out as a Nate Duncan stan. You know, I love
God, dude.
Nate Duncan. I have enjoyed his Duncan and Hollinger podcast. I find it to be entertaining. So,
see, this is what I'm talking about.
I'm squashing the longtime beef between this podcast.
No, you're not. You can't.
Quarantine finally melted your brain.
Yeah.
Finally melted your brain.
1/3 of the beef is squashed, Nate. Come on the pod anytime. Me and you, we could talk. It'll be nice.
Oh my God, what a sellout! Is this Knicks fans, Dave? Is this what you Knicks fans are?
What? No, we're like the opposite of sellout. We're like
I don't know. That's a lifetime
team.
Knicks fan here. I don't know, man. This is a bad sign. This is a bad sign. I don't know.
This is yeah. You're not a Knicks fan, bro. Sorry, like it's not allowed.
Yeah, where are your Timberlands?
You can't see my feet.
Oh, okay.
You don't even like East Coast rap, like.
Yeah, is that a bodega cat?
What did you say?
Is that a bodega cat behind you?
What's
going on?
This is. I'm a West Coast Knicks fan. I have shoes that look like Timberlands, but they're Toms. They're like Tom's version of Timberlands.
Oh my gosh.
They're
made out of vegan leather.
Look how mad Dave is.
He's so mad.
Look how Dave's
my head's gonna fucking explode.
I love it.
Gosh.
I love it.
I can't believe you're standing Nate Duncan. This is terrible.
Also, he got attacked. Last week, or was the week and a half for posting Anthony Edwards' stat line after the Anthony Edwards highlight dunk. And I felt like the attack was so unwarranted. It was just like, dude, he was just putting it in context. Everyone's gonna see the highlight, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, Anthony Edwards is dope." Then Nate Duncan was just putting it in context. Hey, yeah, that was a great dunk, but by the way, he's kind of had a bad game.
But but the problem with that is you're assuming people only watch one highlight of Anthony Edwards.
Well,
there's other people. Yeah, but people can say like, "Wow, amazing dunk" from a guy who's not good at basketball. That's a lot of basketball. Is that?
Yeah, just let people enjoy that.
Yeah.
Like, was he ever like
was he not let
Derek
people?
Jones, like,
it wasn't like people like saw Nate's tweet and was like, "Oh my gosh, I retroactively hate the dunk." People still enjoy the dunk. People still rewatch the dunk. He's not taking away anything from anybody else.
Yeah, but it was so clearly like a counterpoint to people enjoying the dunk. Like that's so clearly where it came from.
Yeah.
Now I agree. Like it went so overboard. Like people like shitting on him. Just like look. John and I discussed this on the Locker Room app.
Thank you, Dave. Nice.
It was like the Bleacher Report guy making the video, like slandering him and that shit. It's like, okay, but I'm sorry, Nate Duncan is guilty of taking a lot of joy out of fucking. It's entertainment. Like basketball is entertainment. It's not one's. It shouldn't. Like I'm happy to hear about analytics sometimes, but sometimes you just get the feeling that he's not even enjoying basketball. He's just crunching numbers, and that shouldn't be.
Well, he doesn't. But I think that's an unfair criticism of it, because if you actually listen to him, he actually doesn't use numbers that much. He mostly watches games and breaks down games based on what he's seen.
I guess it's because he sounds like a robot. So
he sounds like a robot, yeah. But he, I don't know. I don't enjoy his podcast with Daniel LaRue because it is too much of the same. But with Hollinger, I find it's a nice back and forth. And like I said, now that the Twitter mobs are against him, I have to reflexively go whatever opposite side of the Twitter mob is. That's the right side.
So terrible. I have him blocked for years. I don't know anything about the guy. I don't care. He sucks. He was a dick to us. So fuck him. I don't care.
Yeah, you seem to have forgotten that he was a dick about the ad read.
Yeah, I mean, we were basically trying to play.
Have a sense of humor. Have a sense of humor. Coach Nick embraced it. Come on.
Well, I mean, yeah, he was a dick about that. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But
never forget.
You're a sellout, Matt.
Let bygones be bygones.
No, never.
No. See, Matt, this is how I know you're not a real Knicks fan, because Knicks fans never fucking forget.
Never forget.
You see all the old tweets, bad Knicks takes, getting dug up by Knicks Twitter. We never forget. We're petty.
Never.
Petty, baby.
I'm trying to bring a new type of fandom to Knicks fandom. I'm gonna call it it's gonna be called West Coast Knicks fandom. We're more laid back.
I think we should be nice to Max Kellerman.
No, it's more laid back. It's more just the jokes and kind of good vibes. rather than all that.
Guys,
the
we
hate
need to
and
be
vitriol.
nice. We need to be nicer to Howard Beck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I just love when PhDs come into, groups of minority fans and just tell them how they should be. It's like my favorite.
I didn't tell anybody how to be their fandom. I'm saying I'm starting a new branch. I'm starting a new thing out here. West Coast Knicks fandom.
Oh man.
Okay?
Gentrifying Knicks. Gentrified Knicks, the Matt Hill podcast. I love
West Coast. Little life advice for people.
Okay. Don't listen to Matt.
A little life advice. Beet smoothie. You guys ever had a beet smoothie?
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Well, I've had a smoothie with beet in it. Yeah.
Like predominantly beet smoothie?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my life advice is about 2-3 hours later, you're gonna freak out. Okay?
Because you got the red shit.
Yeah, or red piss. It's not blood. All right. Just remember for the rest of the day that you had a beet smoothie. Okay. Just keep that in your mind. Don't have the beet smoothie and forget about it. Freak out. Call your doctor. All that. Just remember that you.
Did you really call your doctor?
No, I was freaking out, but then within like 5 minutes, I remembered I had a beet smoothie because it was like, I was like, what's happening?
Did you take the CBD is better boner pill?
I did.
And then was like, oh no.
Well, because I basically had not eaten anything for 24 hours, and then I had a beet smoothie, and I didn't eat anything after that, and so it was it was crazy. I thought I was dying. So just keep that in mind, kids. Oh, let's talk about CBD is better. The official sponsor of the podcast, CBDisbetter.com. Promo code Hoopers.
Hoopers.
with
Yes.
an S. Yeah. They sent us a bunch of products. I got to try out the CBD for sleep. CBD is better for sleep. Got some, I think it's melatonin mixed with CBD. Got a good night's sleep.
Nice.
Let's see. I did the CBD for balance one day. Was feeling kind of out of it. It was nice. Did the gummies.
That's when you decided to become a Knicks fan.
No, that was way before.
You took the unbalance.
I actually think I may have been under the influence of a gummy when I decided to be a Knicks fan.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I like the gummies. They're a little more like laid back. I said earlier, like on an earlier pod, like you don't like. It takes a little longer for them to kick in than my other gummies, and you don't have the bad like kind of coming down like kind of grogginess. They're very mellow. They're very mellow.
You can. I like them because you can
have a little beverage with it.
You have a little beverage. You could do a little bit of Legos. It's not going to impair your Lego making ability. So it's
and delicious. I don't know what I had. I had like a pineapple, or it was like a pineapple, maybe a passion fruit type thing. But it was one of the best ones I had. Yeah. And then I rewatched Fury Road.
Oh yes.
How'd it go?
Well. Delta 8 is better, but it doesn't make everything better.
Oh, John.
Come on, John. You had it. This was your chance to pivot.
Okay. I'll say basically the same thing I said before. There's a lot of fun in it. But I just couldn't get over like some of the glaring kind of like plot holes like a thing that really bothered me was like the bad guys are literally within sight, and then they just like go into some mud, and then they're just like not around for a whole day. And it's like, wait, weren't they right behind you? And then they're like, we don't need them behind us anymore. And then it's just like, we'll just turn around and go back through the rocks. And I was like, I just feel like those points could be better. It just threw me off for a lot. But the action's good. I enjoy it. I'm not like this movie sucks. I hate it, but I still like. Oh man, probably could have did a little punch up to make this thing way better.
See, I thought you would really enjoy it on the gummy because it's just like the whole movie's just kind of a vibe,
Well, to be fair, the first time I watched it, I was high, so like, it's not like I'm going from like sober to watching it. Like I'm always somewhere. But I will say the one thing that I got wrong when I first criticized it was. They do bring the main guy's body back, so that plot hole that I thought was there isn't really there. It's fine. But yeah, I was just kind of like, yo, aren't the bad guys behind you? And then they're like, nah, we'll just go to bed. They won't catch us. And it's like,
Damn, it's not Inception, dog. You don't gotta break down the fucking plot like that.
yeah, but my point is, it's closer
come on,
to
man.
Fast and the Furious than it is like Inception.
Yo, Fast and Furious fun too. Those movies
I
are
think it's
fun.
fun. But if anyone
You
calls
watch
it a masterpiece, I'd be like, yo, bro, that's not a masterpiece.
Wow, visually, it's incredible.
It's visually, that's
it's
really
a
great.
masterpiece. It's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's a
No.
masterpiece, just like Fast 5 is a masterpiece. Like Fast 5, the
Whoa,
chase
whoa,
sequence
whoa,
in
come
Fast
on.
5 has yet to be topped.
True.
5 in Fast 5?
Yeah.
I like Fast Five, but I mean, Fury Road is. I wouldn't put those two movies in the same breath.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm talking Indiana Jones. I'm talking Star Wars, Back to the Future, like masterpieces, things that, just are perfection. Sorry, folks.
I would
Fury Road.
put Mad Max and Fast 5 in the same sense as those. Both of them are perfect movies, and they have the best car action like ever. So
That's true.
But-
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, I tried.
Well-
Delta 8 made me feel better. It didn't make the movie.
A
any
couple more
better.
viewings and a couple more gummies, and John will be there with us. I can tell.
Yeah.
I for my gummy, I watched an NBA game, and we actually forgot to put this earlier. We have a new segment on the podcast,
Yes.
LaMelo Watch, where
Yes.
as longtime listeners know, Super Hoopers, we had LaMelo ranked number 1 on our draft board. We were all in from the beginning. We said, look,
Always.
this guy, this body type, this vision, it's a can't miss NBA prod.
We've
prospect.
always
We're gonna-
notoriously pro ball family. Like we
Pro
always
ball
have.
family.
Yeah.
Always
Yes,
have.
Yeah. We think, we enjoyed Jello's time with the Pistons. So,
Yep.
so I watched some LaMelo Ball because that's our brand. We love him. Didn't disappoint. Great
No.
player.
Yeah.
So,
I was the one. I said I'd probably pick Halliburton 1, LaMelo 2. It was like a 1A, 1B type thing. But
Yeah.
and that's like splitting hairs, and who knows? Depends on what team you'll draft. But look, we always said when it comes to stardom, you need, passing, you need height, you need vision. The shooting will come, the defense will come.
Yeah.
He's 19 years old. The fact that he played in Lithuania and all that just proved to us from day one that he was always going to be this player. And I can't believe people didn't have him ranked 1 or 2. It's insane to me.
It's
got it.
wild.
I mean,
It's
two
like
of the
how-
lowest.
like
Two of the
how-
lowest.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like you hear all these other podcasts. They've been podcasting for years saying that they're smart and all this stuff, and they didn't have LaMelo ranked as high as we did. People getting paid millions of dollars to be on ESPN and all these other channels saying that LaMelo's not going to be a star. And it's like, guys, listen to the Super Hoopers. Just listen to us. LaMelo Ball.
Yep. You know who did listen
Yep.
to us? Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
He knew.
When it comes to the
Yeah.
GOAT, he knew.
Jordan.
He listened.
fan.
Big fan. He listens.
Yeah.
Shout out MJ.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see him in person again. After all this pandemic is over, I miss him.
Yeah.
John,
John,
hasn't
you're
John
welcome.
seen him in person? Didn't John go to his party when else?
Yeah, I was at his 50th birthday party.
Yeah.
No big deal. But I'll probably catch him probably at his 60th, probably. Yeah.
Those were the good old days.
Those are the
Good old days. That was
yeah.
when you met Hinkie too, right?
Yeah. I remember talking to Hinkie, be like, yo, I know people like Lonzo, but his youngest brother, that's the future.
That's the future.
And I believe we talked about it actually with Aaron Torres when he was on the pod talking prospects. He also mentioned LaMelo too. So once again, Super Hoopers never wrong.
Never wrong.
Never
Never
wrong.
wrong.
Never wrong.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Any more shout outs and beefs?
I watched, shout out to the 2016 dunk contest.
Oh.
Go back, do yourself a favor, go back and watch from the start the Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon dunk contest. It holds up even better than you remember.
This is when Gordon dunked over like the Magic mascot, like that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. Go back. It's on YouTube. It is phenomenal. Like, we felt it at the time, but if you rewatch it, it's like there's so much stuff we forgot. Will Barton and Andre Drummond are in it. Will Barton came out dressed as Thriller with zombies and then put up a terrible performance. Gordon Hayward came out in a suit and danced for a while, and was getting roasted.
You
by
mean Aaron
Kevin,
Gordon?
Aaron Gordon, sorry,
Aaron
Aaron
Gordon.
Gordon. Sorry. Kevin Hart is in the booth, and he is roasting Aaron Gordon because when he had to take the suit off, it was just awkward and terrible. And Kevin Hart's like, this is a disaster. And it's so amazing. Like because what people forget, Gordon's first dunk was not anything special. And then Zach LaVine threw that first dunk and the place lost it. And my favorite shot, if I could get a top shot of this, I would pay $30,000. It is after Zach LaVine does his dunk. They cut to the bench and Will Barton is standing there just being like, oh my God, like this is like, holy shit, I can't do that. Andre Drummond stands up and is walking away like, this is the most insane thing. Like, I'm going to quit the dunk contest. This is great. But my favorite part is watching Aaron Gordon because all he does is look and starts nodding because he knows like this is a competition. He's like, all right, let's do it. Let's do this thing. And he fucking delivers. And you forget Steve Nash was trying to do a dunk with Andre Drummond and couldn't do the bicycle kick.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's like the most disaster ass dunk ever. And Steve Nash just is now going to be a championship coach with the Nets this year.
No, come on. Don't say it.
And it's the best because every time Gordon does his dunk and you're like, this is it. This is like, he does the swoop dunk and you're like, this is incredible. LaVine comes back, windmills from the foul line on the first dunk. It's masterful. Just do yourself a favor. I'll stop talking about it. Watch it again. It's insane.
I'll check it out again. I do remember like in the moment, just really, really enjoying it. Once it got down to the two of them.
Yeah. Because they go back, they do 4 extra dunks and they nail it on the first dunk every time. It's insane.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a beauty.
Gotta check it out.
That's all I got.
All right. Well, till next week, keep hooping, I'd say.
Keep
Keep
hooping. Go Knicks.
Go Knicks.
Keep hooping.